Hey, what's up guys? Vegas Jay is back. And today I've got a pretty cool system that we're going to test out. We're testing two out actually. And we're going to do this, I believe it's called the Kentucky White system. There's two systems that he particularly plays, so thank you for sharing those. I haven't seen him play it live yet. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to jump into a live session of Roulette. I'm over here on ToshiBet. Link in the description if you guys want to check it out. And we're going to play, let's go with Isla. Alaya? Okay. Thank you. It's good to be back. All right. So this strategy is simple. We're picking three streets. Hey guys, quick caveat to the video. You're going to hear about this in just a second, but I made a few changes to the Kentucky White strategy. He does the actual streets themselves, but I actually did double streets. So you'll notice a slight change in the strategy itself, but overall it's still the same concept. I just want to I just want to explain that at the beginning of the video. That way you guys in the comments are like, wait a minute, I thought the Kentucky White strategy was where you bet the streets. We did, however, this particular one is we're betting the double streets. Okay, enjoy the video. Three double streets, I should say. Now, the original strategy was you pick three streets that are not one of the three numbers. However, I've played this system quite a bit on live, and I don't know that really matters, honestly. So what I'm going to do, my only change on this strategy is that I'm just simply going to just bet three streets, and then I'm going to continue to bet those three streets if we lose. And here's what I mean. So technically, since 22 just hit, I should not have a bet here, right? I should pick three independent streets. However, as I've mentioned, I feel like as much as I've played, I don't know that really matters, because essentially you're going to end up covering 9 streets total. I think it's the Kentucky White 9 street. And I've played this a little bit before on the channel. However, I haven't really played it this way, because what happens when you're playing live, and even on this here we are playing live, but I mean like live in person, it's difficult to look at the last 3 numbers and then put all the bets up before it's too late. So what we're going to do is we've got the 3 streets, right? And we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to double it. All right, so now we got a $12 bet. And again, I know the original strategy is you pick 3 streets that don't have one of the 3 numbers above, right? But for today, the little altercation, the little alteration, I should say, is that we are going to play this just as we would play normally. We're going to pick 3 streets regardless of these numbers up here and just play it out. All right, so that's a win. We'll take it. Cool. And then I'm going to do wait. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Sorry, that looked a little weird. Now again, this strategy for the other way works pretty well. I have seen the Roulette Master actually change this strategy a little bit. So instead of starting with 3 streets, he's actually starting with 6. You can do that, of course. One of the reasons that Kentucky plays it the way he does is because sometimes, like we've seen here, you can win on those first 3 and you don't necessarily need to double up each time. All right, so we lost that first bet. 1.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
2.
Hi, my name is Anne.
3.
And so I'll be your dealer for
Hello,
the
Anne.
next 30 minutes.
I'll lower that a little bit
Thank you so much.
so we're not talking too crazy. But so now what we did is we've essentially picked 3 more streets and we have doubled the bet to $12. Now the next one after this is 9 streets, which hopefully we won't hit that, but sometimes you're going to. There's just no way around it. Now there is a little bonus that I'll share with you towards the end of that, if we get to that. It's the Kentucky 9 street plus 1. So we win that one. Nice little $24 win. It's a really good strategy, honestly. It allows you to cover a lot of the board. but it also allows you to cover it safely. Now you'll notice that I'm picking these three right here all the time because I just like picking this center section. You don't have to start here at all. You can start up here, like these three streets. As far as where the three streets start at, in my personal opinion, I don't think it matters. Even if you're picking some of these numbers up here that have already been in there, I don't know that it matters because over time you're going to end up having, if you complete the betting cycle, you're going to have all 9 streets covered, right? 17s, and we're doing good. Now, another reason that I like playing this way is I do believe in repeaters, right? I mean, there are situations and times where a number will pop up repeatedly. And you can see right here, just since we've been playing, 22's come up, 21 has come up, 17. All right, so that's 3 times specifically that this kind of area has come up, right? So the strategy is pretty straightforward. Pick 3 streets. Again, forget about the numbers. This is just a small alteration from the original system, right? Pick 3 streets. If you win, great. If you lose, pick another 3 streets, so you have a total of 6, double that. If you lose that, pick a total of 9 streets and then double that. Oh, we're doing really good though. This is a great start out session. And the reason that I like playing this, like I said, I've seen this played many times on simulators, and I've played it on a simulator as well, and you've racked up thousands of dollars, but then you go to the live casino and you lose your ass, or it doesn't play right. Or you run into a situation that I ran into the other day at the Golden Nugget. Dude, there's a certain point where I'm like, okay, it's 21-17, and you have to move your bets around, which become a little difficult. Now, you can do it online because you can click rebet and so forth, but if you're playing live at a casino, it gets a little challenging. So that's why I came up with the idea of, hey, I never really noticed that said London. Anyway, that's why I came up with the 17 again. Right now, if you were off of that number, right, if you had taken your bet off that number like the original strategy, you would already be kind of moving up into the progression. Where right now, we're doing $3 bets. We're doing really well. We're winning $12 a pop. My apologies. I probably should have shown where we were at the beginning, but you can revert back. Currently, we're at 4,111. So again, I saw the Roulette Master play this, I think a year ago, and what he did is like I said, they started out with 6 streets right out the gate, and then moved to the 9th street. Right? Now, hopefully we don't reach the 9th street. Nobody wants to get to that, because if you hit that level, you got to kind of start not doubling up, but you have to win more than once. All right, so we've got our first 3. 1, 2, 3, and then double. Now, I know what you're saying, but James, the original strategy says don't bet on where the number is. I understand. I know that. So we have 3 numbers here, 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers in a row that are on the actual betting cycle that I have. Now, if that's confusing, then just don't even think about it. Here's a simple strategy. Bet 3 streets, you lose. Bet another 3 streets and double. You lose. Bet 9 streets and double. And at that situation, you should win. Now, you and I both know that you can't win everything, right? And here's a perfect example. Okay, cool. So now we're going to get to the 9th street, which is cool. All right. Well, not cool, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to rebet. I'm going to double. So that's 4. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we got a bet of $36. And the reason I started out with dollar bets is for this exact reason. There's going to be points where you have to double up. And when you double up, if you're already at 5 or 10 or 15 as your initial bet, I mean, before you know it, you're betting $200 and $300. And let's be realistic. If you're betting that live, yes, I've got a $4,000 balance, but live, that's going to hurt you, right? And it's going to be scary, and you shouldn't bet scared. Okay, cool. So there we go. That was a nice little win. We won that. And now the cool thing is, dude, we start over with dollar bets. That's it. Right? Actually, yeah, I'm just picking these 3 just to pick these 3. Mainly because I feel like the last few rolls, as you can see, and again, take that with a grain of salt, right? It may be right, it may be wrong. this is a bouncing ball, so don't get too caught up on strategies, or like constants. Like it has to happen. No, it doesn't. It can roll 0 6 times, right? But it's a fun strategy. It's easy to play if you're playing it in this manner. You don't have to think about numbers. You just pick 3, pick another 3, pick another 3, and then by that point, you should win. Now, it's not always going to happen, guys. Like you and I both know that. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. That's double. In fact, I've played this live without the camera, and I think I got to 10 streets, which you're not supposed to get to that, by the way. You're just supposed to stay on the 9th street. But there's 9th street plus 1, which was the 10th. You essentially kind of break even. But there comes a point where you can't keep betting. Like you can't bet all of them because it's not going to be profitable. Because if it were, shit, everybody would be playing it that way. All right, so that's another win. So you'll notice we got to the 9th street. Wait, what was that bet? Okay. I don't know that I doubled that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So we're sitting there now. We'll play this for a few more rolls. I think we're almost up to 20 rolls. I think this is where we kind of came in at. This holds 19 up here from. But come on, let's get a 23. A 5. Hey, we hadn't seen anything up there in the top recently, so that's kind of cool. All right, so let's do a rebet. We go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll double.
The winning number is 6 left, even number from third column.
Nice. All right, we're moving to the 9 double streets.
Congratulations. Now start Let's begin.
Okay. So we're now at pretty much the limit of the bets, right? And in this situation, you would need to win 2 times to kind of win your money back. Or profit, I should say. So there's one of them. We'll take that. And then we're going to rebet that because we want to get a little bit higher here. But we don't need the double. Right? We don't need a double on this one. So we essentially want 2 wins. If you get to the 9 streets or 9 double streets as I'm playing it, you're going to need to get 2 wins in a row to win. Now Kentucky White will do specific streets like the actual 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I feel like if you kind of do it in this manner, you have a little bit more of the board covered, as we were discussing. And there, we got that second win. Okay, cool. Cool. So now we're at 117, right? And then we go back to our original bets. Now, there is the way Kentucky originally describes the strategy. Okay, I do want to be clear on one quick thing. I did make some, as I said earlier, little alterations. Kentucky White actually will bet the individual streets themselves. They pay 11 to 1. I'm betting the double streets because I feel like it gives me a little bit more coverage. Now the win ratio is a little bit different, but I did want to make sure that is a clear distinction, right, between the 2 strategies. The way that Kentucky plays it is he bets a specific street, right, and then 9 streets is covered. But the reason I changed it just slightly is because I've played that a few times online and just live. and I get hit pretty hard because I'm only betting, a certain number, meaning I'm only betting a specific street. Now, with that said, the profit win loss is a little bit different. So consider this kind of like a Kentucky White / alteration. I don't know why I keep saying alteration, like I'm a freaking seamstress. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So we got that win right there. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. But anyway, so I just wanted to clear up that kind of important piece of the information. Okay, enough with the changes of strategies. Again, I know I made some changes on that strategy, but for me personally, I just feel like that covers more of the board for you, and it's not as stressful of just kind of having to bounce around between 3 numbers and so forth. So that was strategy 1. Now let's jump into strategy 2, which I like this one. I have, oops, God dog it. Sorry, that's on me. We were with Ann, right? Did Ann dye her hair? Oh no, she did. Okay. Okay, so the second strategy I'm not changing this one like I did the other one, so I apologize. But this is a corner system, and this is very similar to the super squares strategy. The thing with the super square strategy, man, that's hard to say. So we're going to start out with dollar bets. We're just going to pick a corner. Let's just pick this corner for argument's sake. Now, essentially what the original strategy talks about is starting up in quadrants and down and so forth. I've literally played this so many times that, again, going back to just generalities, I don't know that it necessarily matters which quadrant you pick, right? Your goal is to try to hit one of these corners before you're having to double up. Now, the cool thing about this is because of the way these payouts work, you don't have to double up until the third bet. All right, so we're going to rebet that one. And then we're going to bet here. Now, the reason that normally I think you can bounce between, meaning you can go here or here. But the reason that I kind of like betting close to this is because it allows you to kind of cover a little bit more of the board, right? But this is the strategy. We're just going to play it out. Let's see how it works in live play. Again, everything works great on a simulator, but I swear, dude, when we play live, as you know, the game changes, right? The game changes a little bit. Okay. So now, and I've seen people win on this. I personally have not played it yet. There we go. All right. Let's get this one over here. Oh. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay, now if we lose this one, we'll need to double the bet, okay? No big deal. Ooh, there we go, there we go. All right, so now this is where it starts to get a little tricky, right? So now we've got to double those and pick 2 more. I tell you, man, I've seen people crush on this, just crush. But when it plays live, it's a little bit different. I think I prefer the other strategy first. It's you know, it's not the exact strategy that Kentucky White set up. It's a little bit of a difference, but I think I like it better than this one. I mean, shit, you can get on corners and it could never hit. A perfect example right here, right? Ooh, man. So this is real. 4. I don't know, guys. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Ooh, damn.
number from first column to first
Oh man, we're down a little bit playing this particular strategy. Okay. Yeesh.
started. Play. Place forward.
All right, so now we have 6 double streets covered.
No more time. Best of luck. Forward to.
This pays 8 to 1. So we got
The winning number is 31, I believe. Hold down.
oh my gosh.
Showdown is an old queen.
Ouch.
Mine.
Well shit, dude. So what do you do here? I don't want to double. I think you're supposed to double, but I don't want to. I mean, we're already at one. I mean, look at where we're at. Now, here's a perfect example. I've never seen on a simulation it get this high, meaning usually they've hit somewhere along this path. Dude, I don't know, man. Wow, we're down quite a bit on this one. All right, I'm gonna get it one more shot, guys, and then I think I'm just gonna scrap this one. So we'll win $64, but that is definitely not. Is that right? 64. That is definitely not a super lucrative strategy. I did see in the comments that a lot of people were starting with ones like I just did, and then before you knew it, they were at $80, and it was just all day long, just kind of hitting this section in here. Okay. So 172. So we're still down like $100. I don't know, man. I'm not a. That reminds me of a lot of the super square system, where essentially you're just betting on a square that just happened. Now I noticed the way he did is he kind of started up on an upper quadrant and then moved down after a win. But in that scenario, you just saw, yes, there is a probability of you doing fairly well. Once you hit all of those, if you have like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do we have? Like nine scenarios. If you keep doubling that, you can do that. But what happens if a 0 comes, right? Then you've lost everything. And I don't know, man. Like I said, I haven't been super successful playing that strategy. I've been much more successful playing the first one. But let's go ahead and just play this one more time. I'm just gonna pick this one. And I think what I may do too, and this is kind of a fun thing, a lot of times you'll see on that particular strategy just staying on one section, meaning the top of the board or the bottom of the board. I feel that you can kind of play around a little bit, and instead of running in straight quadrants, you can bounce around. I'll show you what that means in case we don't lose, or in case we don't win. Okay, there we go. All right, so here we go. Let's finish up this second section, and we're going to do 2. Oops, sorry. You don't have to double up just yet. They pay 8 to 1. So it's interesting. I'm going to do a little bit of a pattern here. I'm going to go here, here, and then I'm probably going to go here, here, and then maybe kind of do a little bit of a zigzag. Now I saw the Roulette Master make $300 on this in like 15 minutes, but it was on a simulator, right? And I mean, I feel like simulators sometimes want you to keep playing, because if you lost every time, why would you play? Okay, cool. We won that one. Not too bad. We're still down a little bit though. Still down a little bit. So let's play this system one more time. And I'm not going to alter it. I want to alter it a little bit, but I'm not going to. Like, for example, why not bet 3 columns right away? Right? Or not columns, I'm sorry. Why not bet 3 corners at a time? The thing about that though is you'd need to double up right afterwards, because anytime after 3 bets, you have to double in order to make your money back. Oh, hey, we won. Go figure. Not too bad, not too bad. Still down overall on that particular strategy, but let's say, hey, look, if I keep playing it, which let's just go ahead and play it one more time, because nobody likes to leave with a loss. Live money play right here. Playing a little bit of different strategy, Kentucky whites, but I altered it just a little bit, so apologies. But I just altered it based off the experience that I have playing live, and it changes quite a bit when you're playing live, as you know, like we're doing it right now. Okay, so we're gonna rebet, and that one was 33. All right, let's go here. Oops. So now we're kind of covering this middle section of the board. And here's the crazy thing, man. Like, I know you guys know this too, but roulette is a bouncing ball. It is a game of chance. There's a chaos theory that I did a video back, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I really like the chaos theory, because the chaos theory was just that. Bet anywhere, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you're either doubling your bets or you're in some kind of betting strategy to recoup your losses, right? Oh, 2, okay. And I love the chaos theory because you just bet anywhere, right? It's funny. It's not funny. It's kind of cool. So now we've got 3 bets out there. If we lose this, then we'll need to double up our bets. Okay. But I think we're gonna win. I got a feeling. Let me know which one you guys like the most. I think personally, obviously I've already mentioned this, I'm going to go with the first one. I call it the double street Kentucky White. It's not the exact same strategy. It's a little bit different, but the premise is the same. Okay, so now things start to get interesting. So here we go. We're going to do this. We're going to double, and then we're going to do 1, 2. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Now from here on out, you essentially double every single time you lose. But we're not going to lose. We're going to win this one. And that's what I'm here, man. I'm just trying to test these strategies live on a real gambling site. ToshiBet is where I'm at. Link in the description if you guys want to check it out. But this is where like the rubber meets the road, right? I mean, like, can these strategies that seem to be just absolutely amazing on 35 on simulators, dude, they just don't play well when you play live. So we're gonna double that, and we're 4. Let's go. Cool. So now we're here. Now the cool thing about staggering the bets this way, and I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to do it, but this is the way we're doing it, is you have a couple of bonus numbers, or at least right now we have a bonus number, right? If we hit 8, then we get paid on kind of both of those sections. So that's kind of a neat piece to do when you are kind of doing the zigzag pattern that I'm doing. Ooh. But we lost, but that's all right. We're going to play this one out. We're doubling, and then 8. And we're doing... All right, now remember last time I hit this level, I stopped playing, right? Not stopped playing, but I stopped doubling. I'm gonna go ahead and double up on this until we win on this one. This is real money, right? So it is a little frustrating that we're down in this scenario, but don't worry, I can get it back when we play either Baccarat or I go back to the original Kentucky system, 13. Okay, so we went on that one, right? Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, cool, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I enjoyed making it. I do believe that the first strategy is probably the better just from an overall coverage perspective. Now, you can keep playing the corners section. I have seen people win on it. I just personally, when I play live, it just never seems to be a super comfortable strategy. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment, good, bad, ugly. Join. There's nothing really to join, but subscribe. I'd love to have you guys as a subscriber. We've got a bunch of live games coming up as well. And essentially, I'm testing all of the strategies that you guys see all over YouTube and everywhere for the most part, but we're playing them live to see if they actually work. Okay? Vegas Shay out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.